Hey everybody, how's it going? Dr. Ben here, and I have a question that I want you guys to consider today, and that question is this. What's your recipe? What is your recipe? Because that is something that I was asked yesterday by two individuals, and I could not give them an answer. And what I'm holding here is a jar of fresh homemade salsa. This is made with ingredients that were grown in my garden. I brought it in here for everybody to test. And you can see there's not much left. So if the level left in the jar is any indication of whether or not this is good, then I would say that I passed the test. In fact, again, two people asked me, what's the recipe? And truth be told, I couldn't give them an answer because there's no recipe that I follow. Now, I know the ingredients that went into this, and they vary from time to time, but there's no set amounts that I use. There's no specific order that I blend things together to make it just taste just right. However, what's cool is that it always ends up tasting good, and people want to know the recipe. So think about it this way: if I made brownies and they were excellent, and people wanted to make those brownies to share with their family at home, and I said, I don't know, there's no recipe, or these are the ingredients, just throw it together, throw it in the oven, and hope for the best, then you and I both know that those brownies, they're going to taste like complete and utter dog crap. It's just not going to fly. Okay, nobody would want a recipe literally after approaching things that way. So there's a big difference between cooking and baking. There's more of a science, from my understanding, to baking than cooking. And when you think about this, there's a lot of similarities when it comes to being healthy. If you're a patient in the office, and you should know by now, and if you don't, forgive us. If you're not a patient, allow me to, I guess, kind of introduce you to a concept or an idea that there are specific ingredients that you should be adding, incorporating into your life, your recipe to be healthy, if in fact that's what you want to accomplish as you get older. All right, so that we talk about the essentials, the 5 essentials to optimizing your health, optimizing your life. Those, as you know, are your mindset, the way you're thinking, what you're choosing to think about, the alignment of your spine, so structurally, how strong are you? Nutrition, what foods are you putting in your body? How well are you avoiding toxins, things that can contaminate you and make you sick? And last but not least, how well are you moving? How are you exercising? Are you in fact using your body, moving your body the way that it's designed to be moved and used? And those would be the necessary ingredients that go into a healthy lifestyle. Now, what's often overlooked and what I've seen and really experienced firsthand in my life is we focus on these ingredients, and some of you might have been off with those. You're trying to get that under control now, but what we don't pay particular attention to is like the order of operations or the sequence that we're adding these ingredients, because if you're to be healthy, it's more like baking brownies rather than just randomly, haphazardly throwing together salsa that you expect to turn out good. Okay, so we're really more in the baking business. Okay, and I have a perfect example of this. We've had, I guess it's been 3 people that I've sat down with recently, new patients that have come in here, all middle-aged men, neck pain, back pain, typical issues that most people think of that prompts them to go to a chiropractor, but all 3 of them were dealing with secondary issues of acid reflux. And all 3 of them were taking medications. All 3 of them were starting to take supplements like digestive supplements. And they had changed their diet, and they had dealt with this. And it was a bad issue for them for a long period of time. And it just wasn't getting any better. Now, all 3 of them, coincidentally, they all 3 had very poor posture, very poor structural alignment. They had like a hump in their back, an old man back. And if you look at this chart here, these nerves in the middle of the back, they go to the stomach. So if there's a disruption, a displacement in the spine, that can disrupt the nerve as it communicates and carries energy to organs, and it causes them to malfunction. All right, and with all 3 of them, that's what was happening. They've been getting adjusted for really a short period of time now, and all 3 of them have recently reported to me that their acid reflux has improved significantly. Now, it hasn't gone away, but it has started to improve. So there's some hope for these individuals. And I found it interesting, really fascinating, because none of these people, none of these 3 even knew that there was a relationship between the structure of the spine and how well their stomach could function. And here you had all three of them they were adding the right ingredients, the nutrition, trying to supplement to improve digestive health, but it was kind of added in the like wrong order. So the sequence or the order of operations was a little bit out of alignment. So here you are, they were adding the right ingredient in the wrong order, and they were completely missing an ingredient, which was, at the end of the day, they were frustrated, they were a little bit overwhelmed because they were still dealing with these issues, and they weren't ending up with the finished product that they would desire. All right, so that's the main takeaway today is just that question. What's the recipe that you're following? What's the recipe that you're following with your health? What are the ingredients? Do you know the ingredients, number one? But then have you just tried to add some of the right ingredients at the wrong time? Or are you someone that may be dealing with prolonged issues? You're still frustrated just because you haven't taken it to the next step. You haven't added the right ingredient, or things are just a little bit out of sequence. So just something for you guys to consider today. What's your recipe? God bless and have a great day.